Patriots cornerback Jack Jones pled not guilty to weapons charges today in an East Boston Municipal Court. Pled not guilty, posted $30,000 cash bail, and he will appear back in court August 18th for a probable cause hearing. Now this guy, prosecutors say authorities at Boston's Logan airport found a Glock box with 2 guns and ammunition inside a bag with Jones' name on it. Jones, 25 years old, was charged with 2 counts of the following offenses: possession of a concealed weapon in a secure area of the airport, possession of ammunition without a firearm identification card, unlawful possessions of a firearm, carrying a loaded firearm, and possessions of a large capacity feeding device. 2 of the counts against Jones carry a mandatory minimum prison sentence of 2.5 years if he is indicted and later convicted. 2 other counts carry mandatory sentences of 18 months if he is indicted and later convicted. So that is the story here with Patriots corner Jack Jones. Now his lawyers are saying excuse me, that he had no intentions of bringing any guns into Logan airport that day. He had no intentions of bringing any guns on an airport that day. That's what the attorney says. Now, of course, the attorney's going to say what they're going to say because that's their job. But how do you accidentally bring guns to an airport? A loaded gun at that. It's not like the gun was unloaded, separated, like, how do you accidentally bring a loaded gun? So there's 2 things here. If what the lawyer is saying is true, which we don't know. Now the lawyer is saying that they have evidence that will show that he had no knowledge of what was going on. So he doesn't pack his own bags, apparently. I don't know. I mean, maybe he has someone who does it for him. Maybe he was set up, right? Maybe it's somebody out there want to set him up. I don't know. But at the same time, it's really hard because you got to think, you're an NFL player, right? Now, you would hope that someone will not be that stupid to bring loaded guns to an airport, especially with everything going on with the airport, right? It's not like it's an airport where you get searched. And if you're trying to sneak a gun onto a plane, you wouldn't leave it in plain sight where it could be found. So maybe there is a possibility that he did not know that the gun was there. And it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to prove that. Now, look, it's no secret that I'm a Pats fan. So of course I am. I'm not talking about this as a Pats fan. I'm trying to be realistic and objective here, right? If he's guilty, then they got to deal with it, right? It's going to be off the team. It's going to be gone. And we'll see what happens. We'll see if what the evidence says. But what's up with these athletes and their recklessness of guns? That's the bigger issue. I mean, the Second Amendment, protects you. You have a right to bear arms, but it's always these athletes are so reckless with guns. Right? And these are people who have access to, they have resources, they have money, they have access to people who can train them and give them proper information. Right? It's not like some street thug on the corner who's just like walking around waving a gun, who might not know anything about how to properly hold a gun or stuff like that. We're talking about people who are in the higher income levels in the States, and they should understand, like, if I want to carry a gun and I'm someone of importance, I need to know every single thing about a gun, how to hold it, how to store it, the responsibilities, the laws when it comes to carrying a gun in different states and transport, stuff like that. You need to know all this stuff to be aware, right? And you don't bring loaded guns onto an airport. That's just pretty obvious. So when we talk about the recklessness of guns, a lot of times the people who are doing these recklessness of guns and shooting, these are people who are doing this stuff that have no knowledge or no understanding of how to be a responsible gun owner. And it comes down to education, right? Like just educating people on how to handle firearms and the responsibility of it. It's not enough talk about gun safety. It's either, oh, we got to just take all guns away or everyone should just have a gun. Like there's no in between. Like, hey, how about we have responsible gun safety to everyone who carries a gun? And that might save a lot of issues. That might solve a lot of problems. Instead of just a flat out ban, which I hear a lot of people always use these situations, say, oh, we got to ban all guns. No, that's not gonna. No, that's not how you do it. So we'll see what happens with this guy. So August 18th is the court date, and that's 1 day before the Pats will head to Green Bay for a preseason game. And Patriots are scheduled to be in Wisconsin with the Packers on August 16th and 17th leading up to the game. So we'll find out what will happen with Jack Jones, if he'll even get to travel to to Wisconsin or with the team. Now, there's no word yet on what the Pats plan to do about it. I guess they're going to allow the legal process to play out. The NFL also could step in if they want. I guess they're going to... But I don't like the fact that... Okay, so here's the lawyers talking about... They're talking about the... they don't like the coverage of Jones's arrest. It's social media. This is what the lawyer's saying. The media who have turned him into a thug, who have labeled him a thug with no evidence. I don't think I haven't seen anything that called him a thug in the media, so I don't know what they're talking about. I guess this is the lawyer again trying to play the race angle. He's saying that, because he's a young black man, all of a sudden he's a thug. I don't think that's the case. I think people are concerned that you have a situation in America where you have a political party, a half of the country who wants to take away guns from everybody, and then you have another half of the party of the country who is concerned about gun violence in the cities. So when you see people who are irresponsible with guns, it frustrates people, because these are the type of situations that will be used as an excuse to why they keep on trying to take away guns. And I think people are frustrated with that. That's just a frustration that a lot of people have, especially people who are illegal gun owners. They hate the fact that there are irresponsible people out there that are holding guns. And I don't think Jack Jones is being looked at as a thug. And then he goes on to say institutional racism is the reason. Like, come on, dude, you're an NFL player making millions of dollars. There's no institutional racism here. Patriots haven't gotten rid of you. They haven't cut you. So I don't know what the deal is here. You're a pro athlete that got caught with guns at an airport. You think they're not going to talk about that? Of course. It wouldn't matter if it was Jack Jones or freaking JJ Watt, right? The coverage is going to be the same. It doesn't matter. Guns at an airport. You could have been a regular Joe and this would have been a big deal, because that's just how it goes. Not every day does people get busted for having loaded guns at an airport. 2 guns at an airport. It just doesn't happen. So of course people are going to talk about it. And then on top of that, you're an NFL player. So I don't like the lawyer here trying to play the race victim card here, or the race card. I mean, most people probably didn't even know who Jack Jones was. Think about it. If you hear Jack Jones, I bet you most people probably didn't even think. If I just said a guy named Jack Jones was arrested for guns at an airport, the random person wouldn't even think, some white dude. Probably would think it was a white dude, right? Jack. right? They're not thinking some black dude. That wouldn't even be the first mindset, right? If I guarantee you I took 10 random people off the street and said, hey, man, some dude named Jack Jones got caught with guns in an airport. Probably 8 of those 10 people probably, and I told you, I asked them what race the guy was. 8 of the 10 probably would say, wouldn't have thought there was probably a white guy. So, I don't know what they talk about the race card. Why is he playing a race card? But these are what the lawyers are doing. They play the race card because they want to get their client sympathy points and want to hope that they can try to race card their way out of a situation. And look, this is a serious deal here, right? It's not like this is not some this can go the wrong way. This guy could end up doing a mandatory 2.5 years, right? We saw what happened with Plesko Burris. Now his gun went off in a nightclub. In the Northeast, they don't play around with those guns. So he's pulling out all the stops on this, right? He's trying to make sure his client doesn't, so he has to do his job. I get that. But playing a race card, I mean, it's just not a good look, in my opinion. You shouldn't do it. It doesn't get us anywhere. Now, Jack Jones was the 4th round pick in 2022 out of Arizona State. His season ended in late December because of a team suspension. So this guy has already been suspended before by the team. I didn't even know that. Right? I didn't pay attention to that. For unspecified reason, violation of the club rules. So he's already on the hot seat. Now, the agent has said that he described it as a misunderstanding regarding Jones's rehabilitation from a knee injury. Now, Belichick said in March that the suspension was in the past and Jones was lining up with the top unit at times in spring practices. So, it seems Bill had moved on from that. But he's already been suspended before. Now with the arrest, how much longer will Bill deal with this? Will Bill cut him? Now, he's lined up with the top unit, so Bill likes him. They think he could be really good. So, now the spokesperson for the team said, we have been notified that Jack Jones was arrested. We are in the process of gathering more information and will not comment further at this time. So we'll see what happens here. Look, all I gotta say is, man, these athletes why are these athletes so reckless with guns? Right? It's almost like they're just happening too much, right? John Morant, over the years, it's just like, and it's only with like certain athletes, right? It's not like you don't hear about hockey guys being caught up with this stuff. You don't hear like, it's just crazy. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, you have access to get all the information. You have access to the knowledge of how to be a responsible gun owner, and you blow it. So we'll see what happens. Let us know in the comments what you think about this Jack Jones situation. Should he be suspended? Should he be kicked off the team? I'm not going to comment that far on that because, like I said, I'm biased anyway, so I'm not going to say just cut the guy flat out. I'm going to say let the legal process do his job. But I will say that the dude is completely stupid. If he's stupid either way in my book. Because one, if he's saying that he's dumb for putting loaded guns, trying to bring guns through an airport, that's dumb right there. And then if you say you don't know that the gun was in the bag, you're still stupid, because how do you not know what your luggage is? If I'm taking my luggage, I'm traveling, I need to know what's in my bag. There's no way I'm going to be traveling without knowing what's in my bag, especially if you're going to an airport, anywhere. That's just crazy. So either way, that's too stupid. Either way, either side you put it is dumb. So while the second excuse may not be, he may be able to get out of it from a criminal standpoint, it may be enough of an excuse to get out of jail time, it's still not a great decision as far as like your mindset and is that a guy I really want to lead on my defense? A guy who makes dumb decisions. So either way, Jones has a questionable character and a questionable mindset. So we'll see what happens with that. Sports page run by sports fans.